I was looking at the scripts for the short films, It's Too Soon and Sam Ahmed. And as soon as I started looking at them and thinking about them, I got new ideas for changes to the script. So it made me wonder, is the script ever finished? Of course, the practice in reality is that the terminology is that you lock the script. Supposedly that means that no other changes can be made. And that is so you can do planning, basically. You can work out locations, people needed, props, costume, everything. And it gives you a base to work off. And in a perfect world, the script would never change, but of course it does. Excuse me. And it changes all the time, if we're honest, because as soon as you start thinking about shots, you get ideas and things will change. As soon as you talk to other people in the crew, the ideas come up, things will change. As soon as you talk to the actors, ideas come up, things will change. When you start shooting, things will happen which you could never have foretold, and you have to change, and it goes on and on. When you're in the edit, things will change. And if you're an indie filmmaker and have complete control, it may end there. But if you're a paid hand to make a film, then whoever's paying may want some changes. So in a way, the script never changes. And of course, there's reshoots or extra scenes, and it's both fixed and dynamic at the same time, which is a bit of a contradiction, I know. But the more fixed you can be in advance, the better. And that brings me on to my two shorts. And when I started looking at them, I mean, I wasn't even looking at them. I had the thought to go and have a thorough reread and, rethink about the scripts in a manner to start thinking about shots. And I've done it before with them, but the scripts have changed. And it's always nice to sort of wipe the slate clean and come at it with a fresh head anyway. And for the very first shot, for both of them, I had a new idea, which is what sparked what I just went on about a script being locked. So I thought I'd tell you about them. The first one is, it's called It's Too Soon. And the way it starts is there's a man on a pier at the end of a pier looking out over a lake and the forest. And behind is a cabin, which is, obviously been in, or we can make that assumption, but I don't want to see the cabin yet, ideally. And this is one of the many new thoughts I had about this opening shot. And my idea was, and it's technically, challenging, but I think you should go for broke and then see what you can do after that, because you might, you're gonna have to change things along the way anyway, but at least go for your max idea, I guess, first, and then see what you can achieve. So my idea was, the man's at the end of the pier, cabin's back here, and you have a drone shot which comes around in a circle, because we're in the middle of the forest, and it comes around in a big circle. And my idea is that when it's out here somewhere, it picks up, as well as seeing the beautiful surroundings, it picks up a bird, and the drone follows the bird as it comes around and reveals the man on the lake. And then, ideally, the bird would hold for a few seconds and then head off this way, then revealing the cabin. So it's a series of reveals. We get the bird, we get the man, we get the cabin. That might be a little difficult to achieve unless I come in contact with a bird whisperer or someone like that, but certainly the circular motion has meaning for the story, and Um, the bird leading him to where he needs to go is also lovely. And it's like we're given a map and told things about the theme and themes of the film in just one shot. It can say a lot. I had some other ideas, like maybe the bird lands on the man and then goes to the cabin and reveals the cabin. But that might be just pushing my luck too far. And there's something nice and neat about just having that one continuous shot going around, then the bird, then the man, then the cabin, then the man actually walks in towards the cabin. So that's my idea, and it's quite, as I say, quite challenging, but not undoable. I'm sure you could do it using VFX. I'm not going to use AI. I'm 100% against using AI in what you film, but VFX and things like that, that could help to make that a reality. Or I just have to maybe break up the shots, or rein in my wishes a little bit. I don't know, but until I talk to someone much more technical than me, I don't really know what's possible. So I'm going to go for broke and put that in the script, and I think that's a good way to go about it. Excuse me. The second one, Sam Ahmed. Now, the way that starts is quite simply, it's just in a park, and I think I've got it in the script now, and the more I think about it, the more I hate it. It's just a ball rolling away from a kid who's playing with it, and we reveal this homeless-looking guy sitting on a seat. And it's such that mechanism of reveal has been used so many times that it bores me and it annoys me that I put it in. And just thinking about it annoys me. I want to do something a bit different. So I haven't quite worked out what that different thing is, but part of it is that the child stands and looks at the man, and there might be a line they can say, but the idea is that he's not afraid or anything like that. He's questioning who the man is. But instead of saying who the man, well, I don't want to say that because I might give it away. So it's a way of having the child state the main theme of the film without, doing it in a very subtle way, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So having the child reveal the theme, and then that sort of kicks off the film. Much nicer. I just need to find an interesting, creative way of introducing the child to the man rather than the stray ball rolling in front of them, which is, as I said, I don't like. So that's okay. But the idea I had was about the child saying something or questioning something which reveals the theme of the film, which that I like very much. So they were the ideas I had which sparked off my little thing about the script. So I'm going to spend a little time and think a little more and make a few more changes, and I'm sure along the way. But I don't want to turn it into a whole series of shots that are there just because they look cool or something like that. They have to be have some meaning. They don't necessarily have to do, well, in these two they probably do because they're such short films, but in a bigger film, not every scene needs to, address all the themes or the overall goals or anything. Some of them connecting. So, but in these films, these short films, I think you have to be really, really strict with yourself and really making sure or trying to make sure that you're delivering to what you're trying to do with the film. Okay, let me just check my notes and see what I have forgotten. My glasses feel a bit foggy. It's a bit humid here, and of course I've got all the windows and everything closed to block out as much noise. So here we go. That's better. 2 ideas about script. Start with your put the idea option in the script. What yeah, I think that's it. Producer update. I had first person I contacted was a no, very polite, nice email that said they were going to pivot from producing to writing and directing. Understandable. And the second one I haven't heard back from. After I got that reply, I contacted someone else. So that's probably not looking too great either. And then I realized that, there's a lot I can just get on with myself and do. And I have a kind of plan B for a producer, but I need to get at least a few pennies together to be able to put that plan into action. So I've got a few options. I'm just seeing what I can do. And my thinking is, I think I mentioned this in a previous video, that I don't want to just get someone to help me with these 2 shorts. I want someone I can work with to make several more features as well. So the relationship is as important to me as anything else, which made me think of this plan B person. But I need to get, a few things in order first. So what I'll do is I'll look at these scripts again. I might do some very rough shots and just scribble shots. At some point I'll have to get someone to help me make them look better than I do, but that's what I'm going to work on until the next video. Thanks for watching. Kin Spirits, still for free on Tubi. Might have another platform for, I know Kin Spirits has been accepted by another platform, which I'd never heard of, to be honest with you. But as soon as it's up live on there, I'll let people know. It's also on another platform called Relay, which if you go to my website, there'll be links to Relay there as well. But on Tubi, you can watch it for free. I hope to see you on the next one.